Good morning, this is Ernie again. I'm that guy who had $6 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars, and I'm gonna do some of my Monday trades. This is Mara again. As you probably remember, I bought 3,000 shares at $28.61. Yes, I'm losing a little bit of money, but I do believe that Bitcoin will continue to go up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to strike price at 29 and I'm going to sell and making 50 cents. 30 contracts, bid is about 50 cents. So if I click here to review, I'm going to make $1,500. On other option trade, I have, as you can see in this particular account, up here 8,700 shares. I cannot do anything about 64 shares because I don't have it. That's not enough to write a call. So I'm gonna sell 87 contracts, and the amount of money I'm gonna get is $7,914 or $17. So two trade alone, just two trades, it's close to $10,000. And I have a bunch of others. I have NVIDIA, I have SoFi, and others that I could do this with. And second half of this video is going to be for option traders. And for beginners, this will sound like gibberish. But in a couple months, you're gonna say, oh wow, okay, I actually understand every single one of them. So for option traders or people who are familiar with the options, what is the benefit of doing cover calls or selling call options against what I have? I'm sure you guys have heard of this term before. It's called play with the house money. Yes, you heard it correctly. It's a gambling term. This is what people use or what people say when you go to a casino. But playing with house money is what I'm doing. So 1 week, I'll pocket, $14, $15, sometimes $20,000 in option money. That I pay all my bills. Another week, I do the same thing. And I put that money aside for capital gains tax. And then I do another week, I set that money aside for rainy day fund or just cash reserve, just in case market collapses or something is overvalued or undervalued and I want to get into it. And so I have enough cash. So on a typical given day or given week, I will have close to $250,000 or so in cash so that if something tanks, I'll be able to do it. But the fourth week, what I do is, that's what I use to play with the house money. And you're gonna say, wait, so what do you do with that money? So I'm gonna show you some of the wins. So that money, $10,000 or it could be a couple $1,000. And I'm showing you that this is my real name. The rest of them has my last name and birthday and some other personally identifiable information. That's why I'm covering it. So with that money, I say, oh, I think there's a lot of interest. There's a possible for a short squeeze. So what am I going to do? I'm going to buy 100 contracts at 60 cents. So this was about $6,000. And what do I get? $173,000. Yeah, this is a 27-fold type of a return. Do I get this all the time? No. Is this a one-time thing? Of course not. Here's another one. These are all the screenshots that I've taken, right? Something that I make 50%, 20%. I don't even take screenshots because that's just not worth sharing. I have too many of them. So this was Chinese online education. I did some research on it. I thought it was going to pop. So here, I spend another 100 contracts. So that's about $2,900. And we went up to $1.66. So $3,000 went to $16,550. Here's another one. Children's Place. I play with this stock and option all the time. So low float, high short interest. So I went to spend about $4,500 and it went to $10. So that's almost 9x return. So with 4,500, I made 100,000, little over $100,000. Another example, lemonade, another stock that is high short interest. I typically do this during during earning season. I bought another 100 contracts. Spent about $3,600, and it went up to $1.90. So with $3,500, I got $19,000. So here's a lesson for those who are trading options. I have never lost my money. Why? Because I always play with the house money. Again, 1 week I set aside doing all these cover calls or selling calls against my stocks. 1 week I set that aside to pay expenses. Another week, cash reserve or rainy day fund. Third, I put that money aside for capital gains. And then the fourth one, this becomes my, you can call it, risky money, right? So whenever there is an earning coming up and stock has a lot of short interest, this is what I do. Have I lost money? Yeah, of course I lost money. There's nobody who makes money all the time on options. A lot of people lost money. But at least I am not losing my own money. I might be losing, and sometimes I do lose money, but it's the money, it's called the house money that I'm losing. So I always preserve my capital, and still I'm getting 1% return or sometimes 3% return a month. Or as you can see from Narra Trade, yeah, stock is down, but I got 51 cents. That's close to 2% return. So be smart about it and preserve your own capital and learn to play with the house money. This is why I'm such a big advocate for doing cover calls. Hope this was useful, and please send me questions if you have any. And by the way, a couple people are not happy that I would not do one-on-one consultation. So they flagged me as a scam or not happy. And another person asked me if I can help turn $1,000 to $1 million in a couple months or a couple weeks. Not possible, right? Unless you are extremely lucky. So he told me that I was, I was a scam. So that's why you guys cannot message me directly, but I think it's going to clear because I sent an appeal. But anyway, hope this content was useful. Hope you learn to use the house money to buy risky call options or put options that could potentially give you the type of return that I've shown you. Don't forget to follow and don't forget to like.